Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel on this beautiful day. And today we're going to talk about haversacks. We're going to talk about haversacks, and the word haversack is an adaptation of the German haversack. And also the Dutch word haversack, meaning oat sack, which more promptly describes a small cloth bag on a strap worn around the shoulders, originally referred to as a bag of oats carried as horse fodder. The term was adopted by the English and French as haversack. The cavalry in the 17th century used this term. The word hafa or hava likewise means oats in Northern English and Scottish dialects. The haversack, especially when used in the military, was generally square. Okay, it was a 12-inch by 30 centimeter square, sided with a button at the top, and that's where you will close it. When empty, the bag could be folded in 3 sections, and an extra button on the back of the bag would allow it to be fixed to a position, like a folding position, very similar to the dump bags we use today. For the military, this made it neat, and when held in the side of its folded form, the soldier's belt. It became part of the uniform of many regiments in the British Army. Haversacks were used during the Civil War, as recounted in Grant's memoirs. In addition to supplies transported by boat, the men were to carry 40 rounds of ammunition in cartridge boxes and 4 days' rations in haversacks. We can find on walls of ancient Egypt images of bags or haversacks being used. The concept isn't new. Early men probably used animal skin bags to transport items and that they collected daily, their daily needs that were foraged or found in nature to survive. Known plants for food and medicines, tinder, and other fire-building needs found on their daily hunting and forage trips, transporting tools and personal items. Today we use haversacks in many of the same jobs. The haversack concept is used in more than foraging, although I carry one with me when I go shopping. But women have carried bags daily, and men and women in the big cities and schools carry documents and tools of their daily trades in a haversack-type sack or a haver-type sack. The names have changed a bit from ladies' bags and purses to messenger and delivery bags, briefcases, and computer bags. In the world of the outdoors, a haversack comes in handy. And the haversack has so many uses in the outdoors. Foraging for tinder and food items like mushrooms and plants, and even only using a haversack filled with the 10 essentials for a day hike. Some people even stay outdoors carrying only what they will need for an overnight trip, hunting, and fishing bags. So they use them for fishing bags and hunting and stuff. The Jack Bauer Series 24 even brought the haversack into the world of a fighting bag, carrying the essentials plus weapons, magazines, and other fighting goods, other fighting tools. The soldier has been using a fighting haversack since soldiers have been around. The Roman soldier carried and used a haver-type sack, which stored the items he needed to live, food, tools, etc. Lone gun hunters used a haversack to carry tools and goods he would need on the trail, living off the land in the North Americas. The haversack comes in all types, sizes, makes, and models. And today we're going to talk about some of those. So here are some that meet the demands of the haversack. So I'm going to show you some of the haversacks that I have. Like this one right here. It's a small all-leather handmade bag. Used as a postle's bag or a small haversack to carry tools and other things, maybe for shooting and that kind of stuff. Like a man's purse, I would say, in some aspects. But back during the early days of the 1800s, it's pretty necessary for a man to have something on him like this right here than carrying things in his pockets. Also, we have a version of it here, which is a much more elaborate piece, made of linen, made of wool, okay, with a beautiful design on the front, Beautiful leather designs here with buckles, small pocket on the inside, leather on the inside, very soft. And in here you can store your items you need for hunting or for traveling. Some food items in it. Has a really nice handmade strap, shoulder strap also. So this is something you would have seen during that time period, men made or women made for their men. And then what they would do is they would put in some embroidery, this kind of stuff, to show that they're, that they're man, this kind of stuff. So it's quite nice. Has a lot of hearts in it, this kind of stuff. It's a heart bag, I would say. So probably made by a sweetheart or a loved one for their man who was using it daily. Also, we have a very simple type haversack, and this is one that's probably made on a mass, very standard size, 3-button version right here, and with a standard cotton. This is cotton and linen. This is primarily cotton, like canvas cotton right here. And these were white or they were dyed, lots of different forms. Now, as we got closer to the Civil War, they began rubberizing these right here by painting them. Now, you would also see these with an oilfish or linen, a coat of beeswax painted on it to waterproof it a good bit, so that's what you would see quite often. This was also distressed the colors also. Here behind me, I have a larger one right here. I've got it filled with a few things in it. And this right here's a leather strap on it, a linen bag, and you see the color, it's like an orangish color. What that has been done is that they've taken walnut husks after they've shelled walnuts, and they broke them up, put them in a barrel of water, boiled it, and then stuck this in there, and it sat there for as long as needed until the linen material, cotton material, changed color. This is probably about 3 months inside one of these baths. It does take a long time for it to leach enough, and you see some discoloration because this is more of a natural finish. As we come along into the later centuries, later days, okay, we come across haversacks that are made, or what we can use as haversacks, that we see primarily used by the military, okay? So the military started using haversacks, and this here's a French Army one right here, okay, from the probably the post-World War II, 50s right here, leather strap. It's quite a good bag, quite heavy duty. It's got lots of attachment points on it right here. In the back, as you see, has a couple of loops on the back. You can even attach it to a belt to carry. And so this actually is a very good bag here to have. Another what you see here is in the 1970s and 80s, the Romanian Army came up with their version of a shoulder type haversack right here. This is an original one right here. And it's been split up into a 1/3 area maybe for drinking bottles, this kind of stuff, and the other third here for other equipment, that kind of stuff that they need on their daily maybe rations or just some items that they carried around them, and had a very standard. These are here mass made in a factory. You do have leather attachment points in it. Very standard, very rough, but you know what? These make very, very good haversacks even today for hiking and camping, that kind of stuff. More military bags. Here, the Swiss Army. This is a Swiss Army. Some people call them a turtle top or turtle shell. What it is a small haversack right here. You see the back, it opens up, and inside you have a main compartment which you can throw things in. This right here happens to have stuff in it. And it has some attachment points right here to attach to the top of the rucksack, which it does very well. Has a small shoulder strap on it right here also. And this right here is made what they call the salt and pepper material. It's quite a heavy resistant material, almost very water resistant also. And this right here is a highly demanded bag right here. Even here in Switzerland, a lot of the old fellas, they love to use them and carry them. And I even see some young people use them, girls as purses, this kind of stuff. They're really well in demand. And this right here is a very, very popular bag right here, made for the Swiss Army. Within the U.S. military, we started making claymore bags. And claymore bags were primarily used to carry anti-personnel mines. And this is one right here. That I've had for many, many years. Inside of it, you have the instructions. It has 2 small compartments in it. I used to use one of these right here as my toiletry bag, and on making my way, hanging it up on a hook in the bathroom, or making my way to the bathroom, I had my toothbrush, soap, shower gel, all this kind of stuff in it. And so this makes a really good bag, and you can easily use it day-to-day use also. You can put like a small book in there. I used to keep a book in it. If I would travel, something like that, I would throw some. Nowadays, you couldn't get away with carrying it on an airplane, but it works pretty well. Then in World War II, well, the Germans also used something called a bread bag. And this bread bag was a haver bag. And this right here, you would see quite often hooked up onto the belts, the leather belts. This right here is a Luftwaffe version, the color here. And it has a strap, a shoulder strap on it, which can be elongated, you know. And these make very good lightweight little bread bags or haversacks to carry personal items in, daily use items. And on the outside, they can attach their canteen on it, which they quite often did. They would attach the top here and run the strap through this piece right here so it stayed with it. And then on the other side, they could easily attach leather straps for their ration kit also. And then we get a little further along, the British Army, and this makes a very good haversack right here. This is a gas mask or a protective mask bag right here, and it makes a really good haversack. Has a strap built into it, which you can elongate it. Also attach it to a belt, and just makes this camouflage. It makes a really good haversack that you can use also. Then we have the hunting and fishing side of things. Now, my first haversack I ever bought, and I used it for everything, for fishing, because it came with a waterproof liner. This is a Babor bag, and I use it for daily stuff, going to work and this kind of stuff, carrying my stuff, and I can easily throw a laptop in it. And this thing is pretty worn. It's a beautiful bag, very well made, very heavy duty. On top of that, I got myself a little further along. It's a Filson bag right here. It's an all wool bag, actually, made of wool and leather. And this bag right here is a hunting bag, has a handhold. Even in the back, you have places, shoulder straps. Much more high quality bag made by Filson. And this I don't think you can find this bag anymore. I think it's obsolete now. They don't make them anymore. And then you also have these small. This comes in 3 sizes. This is a small little duty bag or a shoulder bag, or like I said, a haversack, hunting bag, hunting pouch. You can throw your shells in here, throw tools in there. And you can even throw small game in there, you know, maybe a squirrel, something like that, a couple of squirrels, this kind of stuff as you're hunting. You know, a lot of these bags, remember, they were used for foraging and this kind of stuff, you know. Above me here, you see a Romanian army or Hungarian army. I think it's a Hungarian army gas mask bag, actually, right here. And then what I've done is I'm producing bags also. And so I started making bags myself. And this right here is a result of one of those bags I've made. And it is a folding, very compact. This is made from cotton duck material that I've gotten. And it's very simple. 2 opening. You throw your stuff in there, you throw it over. You can carry it around your shoulder. And I make these, and I make them in different materials. Here behind you see one I made from some last bit of 1950s post-World War II early German camouflage material also. Now, over here, if I can show you something here, you see that with the Swiss cross on it. Let me get this straight here. That is a hidden woodsman bag that I bought some years ago. You can go to their website and have a look at them. They don't produce that version anymore either. It's a really nice bag also. And they've changed them out a whole lot. Okay. So, last bags I want to talk to you about. Okay. And those are, like I said earlier in the video, the Jack Bauer bags. Okay. The Jack Bauer sort of came up, and so did I Am Legend, of a fighting combat bag, actually, that guys could keep their stuff in it, throw it on their shoulder. And so that's where we come up with this one right here. This is a Schnagel gear out of Sweden. It was like a man purse, but if you notice, there's these lumps in it because it has inside of it. If I unzip it right here and open it up, you have place for weapons magazines here, okay, that are all inside of it, okay. I happen to have 5.56 or M4 magazines in it, and some pistol mags, and you have space in the middle to throw an IFAK or anything else. Completely discreet in general. Now you have a pull cord here. You can actually make it into, you can make a dump bag also, and then you can easily carry it over your shoulder in this form right here and run with it, and you got everything you need inside there. The last one right here you see here, I'm not going to show you too much about that. Very similar. It's got a place for IFAK, canteen, magazines on the outside, and the inside dump place to throw all your shooting needs or combat needs, whatever, you know, from everything from flashbangs, this kind of stuff. You could use that in both of these. Although I like the Schniegel bag much more. This is more of a storage bag I use to store extra kit, extra gear in. So, finishing this up. The haversack is nothing new. Whether you use it for your daily activities for work, school, and shopping, hunting, fishing, and shooting, or you use it for your trips into nature and hike, and even to go camping. The haversack is just as important as it was when early man was foraging to survive. So if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate it if you would go down and subscribe to my channel. Or is that up? It's one of those directions. I think it's down. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And share this channel. Helvetia Bushcraft is a great channel. We're trying to make it grow. And the only way we can do that is with your support. Okay? We're also trying to come up with some really good content and ideas. So if you have any ideas about anything that you're interested in, please let us know. I really appreciate it. Okay? So, I hope you all have a good one. Take care of yourselves, and we'll be with you very, very soon. Goodbye.